All right, this is part two. You see what I'm saying here? So because I collect 676 a month from the government in welfare checks, when I get beer and smokes, I even get the cheapest beer. I don't get like Budweiser. I don't get like Budweiser beer and like Corona beer. No, that stuff's more expensive. I always get the cheaper smokes. I always get the cheaper beer. The Blue Ribbon Pabst beer. That beer is like the cheapest beer at the store. It's only like $10 for 6 cans of beer. Whereas the Budweisers and all stuff for like 13, 14 bucks. The reason why I don't get the more expensive beers is because it's a bigger cut of my budget. I know if I get the more expensive beer and smokes, it's gonna drain my budget a lot faster, and I'm gonna end up waiting a good like week, I don't know, a good week and a half for my next check, which I don't want to do. I did that for this month. This month I was stupid. I kept getting more packs of smoke. I don't know. I'll have a pack of smokes, and then once I finish my pack of smokes, I would go to the store again in the morning and get another pack of smokes. When in reality, the leftover money was meant for all the other days, for these 6 days that I waited, obviously. So I'm saying I stay in my lane. Yeah, there's a reason why I get Pall Mall smokes, because I only make 676 a month in the government, obviously. And I don't want what I know if I overspend. I know if I overspend. I know if I overspend my budget, obviously, for my checks, obviously. I know if I overspend, I know I'm gonna have no money for myself. You see what I'm saying? There's a reason why I get the cheapest beer. I get the cheapest beer at the store. The Blue Ribbon, beer I get. The American beer, I get that beer, and I always get Pall Mall smokes with that. And Pall Mall is like the cheapest brand of smokes in Canada. I don't know what brands are in the States, but in Canada, the Pall Mall brand is like the cheapest brand of smokes. At the Depreneur, it's only about like $12. At the Ultramar, it's about $14. Whereas the other smokes are like 18, 19, 20, $16. They're more expensive. I don't get those smokes. I get the Pall Mall because they're cheaper. And I know if I get the Pall Mall, I will save more money. I'll have more money for myself for the rest of the month. Hence why I get the cheaper beer and I get the cheaper smokes. You see what I'm saying? But once I'm king and I'm a billionaire, I will now get the better brands of beer and smokes, obviously. I'll get like Coors Light, Budweiser, Corona. Those beers are all expensive. I'll get the better beers. But now that I'm a billionaire, I can now get more expensive beer and smokes. I can get more expensive cigars. See what I'm saying? I can get nice brands of cigars, nice high better brand, John Morrison's, Belmont. Belmont's like $17, $18. I can get the better smokes when I'm king. When I'm king with VJ, obviously, I'll get the better brands of smokes, obviously. I'll get the 18, 17, $20 pack smokes. Whereas right now I get the 13, I get the 14, $12 pack smokes because they're cheaper. And I get the $10 pack Blue Ribbon beers because they're cheaper. You see what I'm saying? Whereas once I'm king, I'm going to get the better brands of beer. I'm not going to get the Blue Ribbon beer. I'm going to get the more expensive beers because I can easily afford it. It's pocket change. I'm not a billionaire. But right now I'm a poor bum. Hence why I get cheaper smokes. I get cheaper beers. I stay in my lane. Ivan, thank you for giving that as an example. Yes, guys. Stay in your fucking lane. Don't be fucking stupid. If you make 50K a year, don't be stupid and get a $10,000 thesis. You can if you want. You'll get a better experience, obviously. But there's nothing worse than getting that $10,000 thesis, man. You're now in debt, and you have to pay off your $10,000 credit on your Visa, man. And you're stressed out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And once you pay those bills, you have like $50 for yourself to spend. You're broke. You have no money for yourself. Yeah, man. For you to make a decent living, you gotta have at least a good 250 bucks to spend for yourself after you paid all your bills. Chances are, if the guy makes 50K a year, if he lives in an apartment and he bought himself a nice car, you know what I'm saying? Chances are that guy has at least a good 250, 300 bucks to spend for himself after he paid his bills, after each paycheck, right? You gotta have a good like 250, 300 bucks to spend for yourself after you pay all your bills to make a good living. You make a good 250 plus. If you have a good 250 plus for yourself, you know what I'm saying? You have a good 250, 300 bucks for yourself to spend after you paid all your bills. You're making a really good living. You pay all your bills. You still have 300 bucks to spend. You have 600 bucks a month for yourself to spend. You're making a pretty good living. You're making a good living, obviously. So I'm saying. Whereas if you have like 100, 150, 200 bucks, you're surviving. You're not making a good living, but you're surviving. You have enough money to pay your bills. You have a little bit of money for yourself. You're surviving, obviously. You don't want to be one of those people who's surviving, whereby after you pay all your bills, you have like no money for yourself. No, you want to make a good living for yourself. Stay in your lane. If you get a Ethereum system, you can easily pay that off in a good year and a half, 2 years. You see what I'm saying? You can easily pay it off. Put a good $80 a month, $90 a month. I don't know, if you have $300 for yourself, you can take $90 of that, $80 of your 300, and you put it towards paying off your $1,500 credit bill. In a good like 2 years, you'll pay it off, and you still have a good what? You still have a good 220 for yourself. You're making a living for yourself. See what I'm saying? You have some money for yourself to spend. When I mean money to spend, I mean money to spend after you pay your bills, all your bills. Your gas bill, your food bill, your phone bill, your water bill, your mortgage bill, your rent, your apartment rent, your condo fee bills if you live in a condo, right? You know what I'm saying? Your internet bill, your cable. Most people don't have cable these days, but your cable bill, once you pay all those bills and you have a good like $300 for yourself, you're obviously making a great living, obviously. Whereas if you make 90, 100 plus thousand a year, those guys are rich. Those guys all have it. If you make 100K a year, chances are the guy has a good like 800 plus, 700 plus for himself to spend. He has a good like 1,000 plus bucks a month for himself to spend. 1,200, 1,400 bucks a month for himself. 1,500 bucks a month. Those guys are rich. The people who make 100K a year, those guys are rich people, man. They can afford a $10,000 Ethereum system. Because they all have like, I don't know, 1,500 a month for themselves to spend, man. They have a lot of, I don't know, 1,500 to even $2,000 a month for themselves to spend if you make 100K a year. You make 100K a year, you're making like 5,200 a month. Chances are that guy owns a $400,000 to $500,000 house. You own a $500,000 house, chances are the guy's paying a good $1,800 mortgage, $2,000 mortgage he's paying around there. He's probably paying another $1,200 for his cars, $1,400 for his cars, $1,500 a month for his cars, and another maybe $1,000 for his food. The guy probably has a good like $1,200, $1,500 a month for himself to spend after he paid all his bills. Yeah, those guys are rich. They can easy if you have $1,500 to spend by the end of the month. By the end of the month, obviously, you're obviously rich. You're making a very good living. Easily put a good $400 or $500 towards paying off your $10,000 Ethereum system. You can pay it off in a good what? Pay it off in a good like 2-3 years. Those guys are rich. Whereas if you make 50K a year, don't hate me. You're not making that kind of money. You're making half that money. Stay in your fucking lane. Don't be stupid and go overboard and go over budget. I don't care. I want this one. Because there's some people in this world who are crazy. I'm saying, I want this one. I'm like, honey, we can't afford it. Oh, I don't care. I want this one. We'll find a way to make payments. I'll work a part-time job to make this payment. I'm saying, because they're crazy people, obviously. They want the nice stuff when they know they can't afford it. I'm like, guys, stay in your lane. Don't be stupid and go overboard with your spending. Give me a second, guys. I'm gonna get another cup. I'm gonna get another cup of coffee. Don't hate me. I'm saying, don't like waiting. Skip the video. Sorry for the long wait, guys. I had to use the washroom or the bathroom, and I went upstairs to get another coffee. So you probably have to wait, I don't know, 3 minutes, 4 minutes. Skip the video if you don't want to wait, guys. I recommend you skip the video a good minute and a half, 2 minutes, 2.5, even 3 minutes. Around that time, you hear my voice. I'll be arriving back in my room, obviously. So I'm saying. So yeah, I thought it'd be cool to talk about this topic, man. All you people around the world who are gonna put money into atheism, obviously. Please, guys, I recommend you put money into atheism, but be smart. Don't be stupid with your money. Stay in your lane, man. Don't go over budget for the theorists. Otherwise, you're gonna drown yourself in debt and you're gonna be stressed out. Even if you can make the payments, if you go over budget, chances are you'll have no money for yourself. You'll go broke because you have to make all these payments, and there's nothing worse than there's nothing worse than working 5 days a week just to make your payments, and you have no money for yourself. It's the worst feeling in the world, man. To work 5 days a week just to make your payments and you have no money for yourself afterwards is the worst feeling in the world. It's nice to have some money for yourself after you pay your bills. And the only way to do that is if you don't go over budget, obviously. If you go over budget, you will have no money for yourself. You see what I'm saying? You gotta have, if you want to make a good living for yourself, you gotta have at least a good $250. 200's not bad. You're surviving. 100 shit. If you have $100 to spend after you pay your bills, it's not that great. You can easily blow $100, but $200 is not bad. Obviously, it's not bad. If you have a good 300 plus bucks for yourself after you pay your bills every 2 weeks, obviously, you're obviously making a pretty good living for yourself. Because you can do a lot of good things with $300. See what I'm saying? Go to the bar, get a beer, get some. Go to the store, get some beer for yourself. You can go out. You can go on dates. You know what I'm saying? Go out to dinner with your family. You can do good things with that money, man. Go to the theaters with your family. See what I'm saying? Go to an event. Spend a good $80 for yourself at the event. Yeah. You're making a pretty good living. Whereas if you have like $100, $50, $150, that's shit. You're surviving. You see what I'm saying? You're surviving, but you're not making a good living for yourself. And there's nothing worse than working just to pay your bills, man. You have no money for yourself. It's the worst feeling in the world. Hence why don't go over budget. Stay in your fucking lane. Don't be stupid. You're not me and VJ. You don't have the keys. You're not billionaires like me and her. You're not part of the 1% like the celebrities in Hollywood. And you're not part of the upper class. Who what? The upper class are pretty much part of the 1% too, right? But technically speaking, you have the 1%, you have the upper class, you have the middle class and lower class. Obviously, most people in the world are middle class people who make a good 50, 60, 70K a year, 80K a year. They're middle class people. And then you have the rarity who are the upper class who make their 100,000 plus. Alright, are you saying most people in the world? Yeah, most people in the world don't make 100, 150, 200K. No, that those are the rarity, the rare. Those are the upper class people. There's the 1% who are the Hollywood celebrities who are really rich. They make their couple 100,000 to even millions, obviously. And you have the billionaires like me and VG. We're part of the 1%, obviously. Peter Jackson, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, my 17, they're all part of the 1%. The Hollywood actors are all part of the 1%. And you have the upper class people who are rich, but they're not celebrities. See what I'm saying? Like my head chefs, my photographers, and all, they're all upper class people, obviously. They're making their rich paycheck, obviously. The people who make 100, 200, 300, 400K a year, if you make 400K a year plus, you're pretty much part of the 1%. But the ones who make 100, 200, 300,000 plus a year, those guys are upper class people, obviously. They're part of the rich too. Those are the only people who can afford their $10,000 theater systems. You know what I'm saying? They can afford it because they have like I don't know, $1,500, $2,000 a month for themselves to spend, man, to blow. They can easily make their payments. Whereas the guys who make 50, 60K, don't hate me, 70K a year, they can't afford that. Don't hate me, you know what I'm saying? They can't afford that. You know what I'm saying? The last thing you want to do is to struggle to pay your bills, man. I don't know. There's nothing worse than working just to make ends meet, man. And you have no money for yourself. It's the worst feeling. It feels like you're working for nothing. You're working just to pay your bills and you have no money for yourself. It's the worst feeling in the world. Hence why be smart. If you want to have some money for yourself, you know what I'm saying? A couple $100 for yourself. Don't be stupid and get a $10,000 fucking payment system. Otherwise, theater system. Otherwise, you're gonna go in debt. You're gonna be very, very stressed out. I'm saying. And Ivan O'Mara, Victoria Justice, Peter Jackson, Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni, you know what I'm saying, Neil Tooze, all those guys, they're not gonna pay your bills for you, man. If you're in debt, you're responsible for paying your own debt. No one's gonna pay your debt for you. So I'm gonna tell you guys, if you're one of those crazy people out there, and I want this one, you get a $10,000 payment system. Ivan O'Mara, VJ, John Favreau, Dave Filoni, my 7 team, Peter Jackson, Neil Tooze, none of us are going to pay your bills for you. You're responsible for paying your own bills. Yeah, man. Stay in your fucking lane, guys. I gave you the example of my checks. Holy shit, Ivan, thank you for explaining that example. Yes, there's a reason why I get the cheapest beer. Whenever I go to the store and I get beer, I always get the cheapest beer and I get the cheapest smokes. Because I know if I get like $17 smokes, pack of smokes, and I get like $15 6 pack of beers, I know I'm gonna end up going over budget. I'm gonna drain my whole budget, obviously. I only have $6.76 to spend every month. And so if I want to have enough money for the whole month, obviously, I get cheaper smokes, I get cheaper. I stay on budget. I know I'm not making the kind of money. Whereas the people who make 50K a year, they can easily get a more expensive pack of smokes because they're richer than me. Obviously, I am richer than them, obviously, but the doors are locked for me. They're rich right now. They're richer than me. You know what I'm saying, don't hate me. I want to be richer than them. Don't hate me. You know what I'm saying, right now they're richer than me. But what? Because I only make $6.76 a month. I what? I budget obviously. And I what? And I get and I get what? And I get what? And I get the cheapest smokes. And I get the cheapest beers. That way I don't go over budget. Hence why I gave you that example. That way you guys see what I'm saying. See what I'm saying? Hence why I gave you it. Because a high chance I will not build a theory chain, guys. I'm just gonna sit the fork on Amazon. And because it's direct to home video, a lot of people worldwide are gonna put money into a theory system, obviously. Hence why I'm gonna let you guys know in advance, please. The last thing I want to do is tell you guys to put money into a theory system, and a lot of people around the world they go in debt because they were stupid with their money, and they put money into a $10,000 theory system, and now they have to pay that off. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Unless you get a part-time job, unless you get a full-time evening job, and you can make those payments. Be my guest and get it if you want, but like most people do not work 2 jobs, as most people want to have time to spend with their family. They don't want to work and then work an evening job afterwards. It's tiring. No one wants to do that. Stay in your lane. If you make 50, 40, 60K a year, you know what I'm saying, don't be stupid and get a $10,000 payment theory system. No, get a good like 3, 4, 2,500, $3,000 payment system, theory system. That way, what? You don't go over budget, and that way you have some money for yourself. You have at least a good $20 for yourself after you pay all your bills. You have some money for yourself. See what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Yeah. See what I'm saying? Hence why a lot of kids who are 14, 15, they end up getting jobs. They end up getting jobs when they're like 15, 16 because their parents can't afford to get them stuff. Because what? Because most people, if you're middle class, you probably only have a good 250, $300 for yourself. So a lot of kids who want to get like PS5s, PS6, they have to save up to get their own stuff because their parents can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? If the parents do afford it, it's all their money gone. As chances are, if a kid wants like a PS5 or like a laptop, if that parent buys him that, chances are he or she use all their leftover money just to buy the kid, just to buy the kid that laptop. Yeah, because if you're a middle class family, you only have like a good $250, $300 for yourself to spend, man, after you pay your bills. So if a kid wants a laptop, wants a PS5, and it's $800, that parent has to use her Visa, obviously. And then the leftover $300, they have to use some of that to pay off the Visa, obviously. You see what I'm saying? They have like no money for themselves. Yeah, that's the cold truth about being a middle class family. Obviously, they only have a couple $100 for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Unless you make $100+ K a year, those guys are rich. They all have money. They all have a lot of money. They have a good like at least $1,000, $1,500, $1,600 to spend a month, man. They're rich. Those guys. The ones who make 100, 150K, those guys are rich. Whereas the average middle class family, I'm saying the ones who make 50, 60, 70K a year, those people are not as rich. That's why you gotta be smart. Don't be stupid. Stay in your lane. Right? There's a reason why I get the cheapest smokes, I get the cheapest beer. Yes, because I know I can't afford. I can afford like $17 pack smokes, $14 6 pack beers, obviously. But if I do that, it will affect my budget. It will drain my money a lot quicker, and I won't have enough till the end of the month. You see what I'm saying? Hence why I get the cheaper beer and I get the cheaper smokes. Yeah, I get the cheaper $9 smokes, the cheaper like $12 smokes. The cheaper $10 beers, $9 beers. Yeah, I don't get the $14, $13 beers. No, I get the cheaper $9, $10 beers. $10 bills. $10 beers. So not 10 million beers. No, I don't have that. $10 beers. I don't have that yet, right? I'll get that 10 million in the future when I sell my book on Lulu, obviously. Yeah. So I'm saying, Ivan, thank you for that. Yeah, but I know even though I made this video, I know some people around the world are going to be stupid. And they're going to get like a $25,000, $15,000 thesis because some people are just stupid, and they drown themselves in debt. Yeah, if you want to drown yourself in debt and have the money for yourself, be my guest. I want this one. You can get your more expensive thesis if you want. I'm just saying, don't come to me or my wife or John Fowler or Dave Filoni, you know what I'm saying, or Peter Jackson or my 7 team. You know what I'm saying? Don't come to us to pay your bills. I'm not paying the bills for you, man. You know what I'm saying? You're not us. You know what I'm saying? You're not us. You're not. I'm not you. You're not us. You can't afford those kind of theses, whereas me and VJ can easily afford it. You know what I'm saying? You guys cannot afford it. All you average people around the world who make your 50, 60, 70K, you can't afford it, man. You're not part of the 1%, and you're not part of the upper class. Upper class who make 100, 200,000. Upper class is pretty much 100, 200,000 around there. And in the moment you hit like 300K, you're pretty much the 1%. Because B-list actors in Hollywood make like the what? The supporting roles, they all make like 250, 300, 300,000 around there per show around there, right? So the upper class are like 100,000, 200,000, 250,000. And the moment you hit 300,000, you're pretty much the 1%. You're rich, man. If you make 300K a year, you're rich. You're part of the 1%. Obviously, right? You're pretty much a celebrity, pretty much. You're part of the 1%, obviously. The 1% are the billionaires, the millionaires, and the people who make a couple $100,000. They're rich couple $100,000 a year. 400, 500, 600, 700,000. Those are all 1%. You're obviously a part of the 1% if you make that kind of money. See what I'm saying? So if you're not a part of the 1% or the upper class, you make 100, 150, 200,000 a year, don't even think about fucking putting money into a $10,000 thesis. And if you can afford it, you're saying, yeah, a person who makes $50,000 a year could technically afford a $10,000 payment system, but the chances are they'll have like no money for themselves. They're surviving. They'll have like no money for themselves. After they pay the bills, they'll have no money for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They'll have like no money for themselves. If they do that, they'll have like no money for themselves. You know what I'm saying? Hence why you gotta be careful. Don't be stupid, man. Stay in your lane. Stay in your fucking lane. Stay in your lane, guys. I'm gonna keep saying that. And after this video, I'm gonna upload it and I'll watch it. And after I watch it, it'll be a good. Right now, it's what? It's 7:38. By the time this video gets uploaded, it'll be probably around 8:50 around there. Almost 9 o'clock. 8:45, 8:50 around there. I'll watch the video. It'll be about 11 o'clock and I'm gonna go to bed and sleep. Sleep till a good 7, 8 o'clock. Work on my book. I might get my check today. And if I don't get it today, I'll get it tomorrow. If I get my check today, I can get my beer and my smokes and I'll enjoy some Rad. He's doing his Saints Row walkthrough. And tomorrow, or perhaps September 1st, Rad will be doing his remastered PS5 of The Last of Us Part 1. Hopefully he does the whole series. I highly doubt he will. If he gets a lot of love and he gets a lot of likes and viewership, he might perhaps do the whole series. But he already played the whole game on his channel like 9 years ago. And chances are he will not do the whole series, but unless he gets a lot of like views on his first part of his Last of Us remastered walkthrough on YouTube. The Rad, right? Yeah. See what I'm saying? It just depends how much what? How much likes he gets, how much viewers he gets. If he gets more viewers and more likes, he might do the whole series. I highly doubt though. He already did the whole game in 2013. He's not gonna do the whole thing again. But he'll probably do a good maybe 10 parts, 8 parts of the game to show that way his fans get a good feel. His fans get a good feel of the remastered PS5 version of The Last of Us Part 1. But chances are he will not do the whole game because he already did the whole game. If you want to watch the whole game, you can just watch his PS3 walkthrough 9 years ago. Which I did watch 9 years ago. I remember watching it 9 years ago. It's been that long. Holy shit, time flies by fast. You can watch that, or, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So to all you people out there who will watch Radbrad's remastered of The Last of Us Part One. If he doesn't do the whole series, which he most likely won't, you can go back and watch his PS3 version that he did like 9 years ago. But you're 9 years late. I remember watching it like I remember watching it like when it just got released on YouTube, like on the Rabbi's channel in 2013. But it's been like 9 years. It's been that long. It's crazy, huh? I remember I was like 21 years old and I saw The Last of Us Part One. I'm like, holy shit, this game is sick. Yeah, I remember watching that on Rabbi's channel in 2013. You watch if you want to go back and watch the whole series, you can go back and watch his 2013 walkthrough. But you're 9 years late. Yeah, it's crazy, huh? You're like 9 years late. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, yeah. The 6 days are up. I don't have to wait anymore. I either get my check today or tomorrow. So I'm happy. I don't have to wait. I'm never doing this again. I never want to wait 6 days again. It sucks not having any money and you can't buy anything. That's why when I get that nice check, get my beer, get my smokes, and I'm gonna enjoy some Rad Brad. Good chance tomorrow or September 1st, Rad Brad will be doing. He usually does walk. Whenever a game gets released, he usually does the walkthrough like a day or two prior to the official release day of the game. Because Rad Brad gets like has connections. He gets hookups. He gets hooked up. The game companies hook him up with pre-orders of the game and all that stuff. And he's able to do games like a day or two earlier before the actual release day. Because he has hookups, obviously, right? He's a big YouTuber, a big game YouTuber, yeah. Some saying. So probably tomorrow or perhaps September 1st will be the remastered PS5 version of The Last of Us Part 1. That will be the what? The walkthrough, obviously. And by then I'll get my check. So I either get it today or tomorrow. So I'll be able to get my beer and my smokes finally, man. Go to the store, get my smack of some smokes, my beer, and get some slices of pizza at Bob's. There's a place you can get two big slices of pizza with two garlic dips and like two drinks for like $11 at Bob's Pizza. You get like two slices. Yeah, man. 11, 10, $12 around there. Yeah. Cheap. And you don't order Uber Eats anymore? Yeah, I don't order Uber Eats anymore. I realize that Uber Eats drained my money, man. Like $30 orders for like it's crazy. Hence why I don't get Uber Eats anymore. I found a way to save more of my money. I don't get Uber Eats anymore. And I don't buy much food anymore. I just get mainly beer and smokes. It's cheaper. It's only like $21 a day I spend on beer and smokes. It's cheap. Whereas if you get that with food, it's like $30. Like 40, if you get that with Uber Eats, it's like 50, $60 a day. I found out it was draining my money, obviously. Hence why I no longer get Uber Eats. So it's kind of a waste of money. And now if I want to get food, I'll just go to the I can just go to the dollar store, get chips, candy, and Coke. That dollar store's cheap. Or I can get slices at Bob's. Slices at Bob's are only $10, so I saved a good like 20, like a good 15, $20 for myself. Whereas Uber Eats is like $30 for one fucking order. It's expensive. Whereas what? Whereas getting slices of Bob's Pizza is cheap. It's only like $11. As I found ways to save more money for myself. Yeah, because I have a small budget, man. I only have a $600 budget, man. Small budget, hence why what? Hence why I don't pay any rent. Because I don't pay any rent, I pay my phone bills once in a while, obviously. My $60 a month phone bills. My $70 a month phone bills, obviously. But that's the only thing I pay. Obviously, right? Hence what? Hence what? Hence I have a good like $600 budget. Hence why I'm very, very cheap with my spending, obviously. Ivan, you're cheap. Yes, I'm very cheap with my spending. Because I only have like 600, like $700 to spend a month. You see what I'm saying? That's why I get the cheapest smokes. I get the cheapest beers. I even get cheap food. Now, before I used to be stupid. I used to get like Uber Eats with beer and smokes, and one day is like $55 of your money gone. Hence why I'm like, yeah. I realize, what's draining my money is the Uber Eats. Hence why I don't get Uber Eats anymore. I just get slices at Bob's. Because I used to order Subway, McDonald's, shawarma, and like all that stuff from Uber Eats, and it cost me like $30. Whereas when you buy at the store, you save like $10. Hence why if you want to get Subway, just go to. But Subway's expensive. McDonald's is cheap though. McDonald's you can get like a couple McDoubles and like a drink for like only like $13, $14. Pretty cheap. But I get slices mainly at Bob's. 'Cause Bob's, yeah, they have a good deal for two slices and like a dip and a drink. Only like $9, $10, $11 with after with taxes. Yeah, it's cheap. And that's why I don't get. I haven't touched Uber Eats in a good like 2 months. Because I found out, yeah, Uber Eats is what drains my money. Hence why I don't get Uber Eats anymore. It's a waste, kind of a waste of money. Yeah. Hence why I want to tell you guys the amount of money I'm making and tell you how that even though because I don't make much money, I stay in my lane. I stay in my lane for my payments. You know what I'm saying? Just like so, if I who make $676 a month stay in my lane, I recommend you guys stay in your lane too when you buy the Theo system. Don't be stupid and get like what and get like a fucking like $10,000 payment system. You know what I'm saying? Theo system. I keep saying payment system. Get $10,000 Theo system. Stay in your lane, guys. Show my kind of here.